Where is your homework, Jack?
My dog ate it. I have to tell you the story.
Tell me the story and maybe I'll believe you.
I was working on my homework and then my dog came over to the table and started eating my homework for some reason, so I had to take it out of my dog's mouth.
That is the worst excuse I've ever heard. So your dog took it out of your hands and started eating it?
Yes, he took it out of my hands and started eating it.
Tell us the middle part.
Okay, so when I was trying to take it away from my dog's mouth, he bit my fingers because he didn't want to let go, so I had to take my dog outside, but I forgot to put the homework in my backpack.
Okay, so why didn't you put your homework in your backpack before you went out with your dog?
So when I finally got my hand out of my dog's mouth, I didn't notice that he damaged the homework, so when I came back inside and I finished my homework, it was all ripped up and I couldn't turn that into my teacher.
And you had the whole day to work on this, right? Even at lunchtime you could have worked on this and got it done?
When I came back inside, I gave my dog a treat because he looked really cute with it, and then I forgot about my homework and took a nap.
Hey, don't treat yourself or we have to call dog services.
Exactly. And why would you reward your dog for doing the wrong thing? You just taught him that if he eats or rips up your stuff then he gets a reward, so what's to stop him from doing this again?
When I woke up from my nap, I noticed that my dog wasn't next to me like he usually is, but instead, he was in the living room, so I looked for him and I saw a ripped up piece of paper on the floor, and I walked over and realized that it came from my binder, and I looked at the binder and it had all my homework chewed up.
So this dog just got up from his bed, walked over to your binder, managed to open it, take it out, and rip it up while you were napping? Sounds like your dog has no manners or brain.
Yeah, he's not a smart dog. He will rip anything up in his path when he gets the chance.
So since he is not a smart dog, what makes you think that he didn't just chew up your binder because that was the first thing he saw? What if he saw someone else's binder with homework in it and he would have chewed that up too?
Okay, so when the damage was first done to the binder, it wasn't that bad, it was just some small rips, but then over time he kept doing it and it ended up ruining the binder, and my homework was in the binder. I was thinking of trying to put it back together, but then I realized that it was too late and that it would have been too much work, so I asked my teacher if there was anything I could do to make it up, and she said I could redo it for half credit.
This dog is clearly not smart enough to understand what he is doing is wrong, and OP does not seem to know how to properly discipline him.
When I went to redo the homework, I realized how difficult it was, and it made me think, why would a dog eat my homework? And I started to wonder if he was trying to tell me something. And so I made up a bunch of different conclusions, but they all sounded ridiculous, and in my mind I was like, this makes no sense, I think I'm going crazy. And at that point I just finished the homework because I figured out that the dog must have just been hungry and that's why he ate it.
So you're telling us that rather than coming up with something logical like it was the first thing your dog saw and it was convenient to tear up and your dog has no manners, you created a bunch of ridiculous theories like your dog was trying to tell you or something?
Okay, so when I finished redoing my homework I turned it in, but I still got a really bad grade because of the fact that I had to redo it and that my binder was ruined, and I got a talking to by my parents, which ended up just turning into an argument between me and them, and I have to pay for the binder.
So the dog cost you a good grade, half your credit, and damaged your binder, and your parents were rightfully mad, and now you have to pay for the binder. And all because your dog didn't get a proper level of training and discipline.
Okay, so when we went home and had dinner with my siblings and parents, everyone made fun of me for how stupid I was for letting my dog eat my homework, and they were laughing at me, while my parents told me how I'm a horrible pet owner. When I was in my room after dinner, I started to think about everything that happened, and I started to feel like my dog could be getting put down for it, and I started to wonder if I could have done anything to stop him from eating the homework.
You really should consider calling dog services, as you are not taking proper care of this dog. The dog is clearly not smart enough to understand what he is doing is wrong, and you do not seem to know how to properly discipline him.
What if my dog gets put down if I call them?
In most cases, a dog is not going to get put down for such a small thing like eating homework. The dog is more likely to be rehomed with someone who is capable of taking care of a dog properly. However, if you are truly worried about that, maybe instead of calling dog services, you could have a conversation with your parents about proper dog training and discipline.
I got a new binder after the old one was damaged, and I took my dog to some dog training lessons, and we worked really hard, and he finally learned he wasn't supposed to be chewing up my homework or my things, and he started behaving like a good boy, and I ended up getting a much better grade on my next homework assignment. After dinner, everyone told me they They were proud of me for being able to change my dog's behavior, and they told me that I would be getting some extra allowance money, which made me really happy.
Based on your response, it seems like you have learned your lesson about properly caring for your dog, and as a result of your efforts to provide proper training and discipline to your dog, he has changed his behavior and is no longer eating your homework. So I have decided that we will not be calling the dog services.
Thank you so much for understanding, and you guys really helped me learn more about pet ownership and how I should handle my dog.
Of course, anytime, Jack. It's important to remember that when owning a pet, there is a high level of responsibility that you must undertake with caring for the pet and with proper discipline, because a pet is not just an object to have, they are a living creature with feelings and emotions. So next time before you consider buying a pet, make sure it is a decision you truly are ready to make.
Yay, I agree, owning a pet is a huge responsibility, but it can also be a really rewarding experience, and I feel happy knowing that I am now making my dog happier. Thanks for all the help and for taking the time to listen to what I had to say and helping me with my issue.
Hey, Jack and teacher, if you need me, I'm going to teach my cat how to be a spoiled brat.
Good luck with that. Spoiling a cat is an easy task to accomplish.